Come on, you can do better.
All right, here's the former UFC interim lightweight champion, former BMF title holder, Justin the Highlight Gaethje. And enjoy him while he's here, folks, because if the Undisputed Championship is not on the horizon, he's going to tee it high and go hit the golf course and not stick around. Could be Justin Gaethje's final walk here tonight, champ.
I just don't know if we're ever going to see another person like Justin Gaethje for as long as we watch fighting inside the UFC's octagon. It's a guy that just loves to fight. I once asked him what he feels on his way to the octagon. He goes, absolutely nothing. Justin Gaethje is a warrior. He's a savage, and he loves nothing more than being locked inside an octagon with another human being looking to prove that he's the baddest man on that night.
Justin Gaethje. He has graced the octagon with his mind set on one thing tonight, that UFC championship belt. One of the most beloved fighters in mixed martial arts history, Dustin Poirier has accomplished more than most. His bankroll is fatter than most, but he wants in the worst way to go out with a green stripe on that Wikipedia page, and that is the focus here tonight, to produce one more lightweight win and then ride off into the sunset.
You know, when Dustin Poirier started this thing, nobody would have ever expected him to be who he is today. He was just a little kid out of Louisiana that did not have much hype, did not have much fanfare. He has earned that all on the back. He always says, paid in full. Tonight, DP looks to get paid in full with another victory.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier, ready to make a statement in front of this capacity crowd here tonight. Our tail of the tape now for this lightweight championship fight. All right, now for the particulars, back inside the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Justin the Highlight Gaethje. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC Lightweight Champion of the World, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Mark Goddard, as good as it gets if you're a fighter, probably the guy you want to win. All right, here we go, round one between two of the very best lightweights on planet Earth. Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. They met in 2018. They met again in 2023. And DP trying to get that head kick out of his brain right here.
Yeah, both times these guys fought, it was an absolute war. I understand the last fight ended in a knockout for the BMF Championship. The stakes are always high whenever these two men are locked inside the octagon tonight. Let's see who can win the trilogy.
All I can tell you, both men will need Motrin in the morning. All right, so Dustin Poirier getting off to a pretty good start tonight, and all driven by that straight left hand.
Yeah, you know, Dustin Poirier is a right-handed guy, so he's pawing at you with the right jab, and then boom, he drops that right hand. We have seen him put some of the best fighters in the world on their back with that straight left hand. Good to see that Dustin Poirier is landing it early in this fight tonight.
Gaethje bringing the fight as usual, trying to create a striking angle here.
Yeah, hands up as far as you can get as a fighter, especially one that likes the pressure.
Poirier's eye does not look the way it did when he walked out here tonight. It looks like he's been cut.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye and not in the ball.
Beautiful counter land.
Yeah, he hurt him. He rocked him a bit with that nice counter shot.
Oh, man. Oh, blood in the water. You got to finish him now. Wow, hurt but still firing back. Big right hand there. Entertaining fight so far, a fight in which both men have had their moments. We'll see how it plays out from here.
They both look very confident. John, this is only getting started.
Poirier's doing a nice job there. You saw him raise the guard to block that offering from the opponent. Don't want to sustain any more damage on that cut that has already been opened up. All right, so his power has certainly been heard from early. It appears as though maybe the opponent has recovered. Oh, what a shot there on the inside. Just as we were talking about him in the zone, he got absolutely cracked.
I mean, beautiful shot landed there. Honestly, what a fight. Both of these guys are trying to finish.
Oh! Knockdown for Poirier! Done. Round two coming up. All right, so the fighters head back to the stools, and hopefully this fight can continue. That is a severe cut. We'll see if the cut man can do some good work here. All right, DC, we got a few clips of the damage done in that round. Can see where things really started to escalate.
Yeah, really opened up that cut, John. The blows are just devastating. He's got to get out of the way more. I mean, if this guy won't do it himself, somebody's got to help him.
Yeah.
Because you cannot keep taking these types of shots.
All right, here we go. Round two. Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. All right, so after one of the more entertaining rounds in recent UFC history, our next round is upon us. Man, those guys both took some serious damage. Justin Gaethje, the undisputed king of the lightweights.
That is unbelievable to watch this man once again overcome the odds and grab the UFC championship.
All right, it goes into the books decisively as a TKO due to ground strikes. Some replays for you now.
That's where he makes his money, right? He makes his money on the ground. He is a phenomenal ground and pound fighter, and that was on display tonight. He was able to get to his positions, land his strikes, knowing exactly which ones were going to be the ones that ended the night of his opponent. He gets the finish, and he gets it in fine fashion.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 19 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO and new UFC lightweight champion of the world, Justin the Highlight Gaethje.
All right, Justin Gaethje, your winner by TKO here tonight. You heard it there from Bruce Buffer, and man, this dude just is non-stop, and the cardio base allows him to realize success with this style.
Well, it seems like he's going to empty the gas tank, and you always wonder whether or not he can keep up. well, he sets a high tempo, and he's always able to sustain it. And once again, he just overwhelms his opponent until the referee has to save him. And Gaethje gets another TKO victory. Very impressive.
Yeah, more often than not, judges' scorecards not needed when Gaethje competes. That is once again the case tonight. Congratulations to the former collegiate wrestler, Justin Gaethje. Well, for some people who don't consider Jon Jones the greatest of all time, they land on this man, and I think rightfully so in a lot of respects. Former UFC welterweight champion Georges St-Pierre, the man could truly do it all. We can talk about the jab, the offensive wrestling. For me, though, in modern-day MMA, this is the guy that made the takedown ability.
Yeah, I mean, you watch Georges St-Pierre take the best wrestler down. You watch him make the best grappler strike with him. He was ahead of his time. He was one of the best fighters we've ever seen. And it will be hard to replicate what he did as a welterweight champion. A two-division champion, one of the GOATs, Georges St-Pierre.
And a lot of fans maybe wondered back in 2007 after he lost to Matt Serra by TKO, how would he respond? Never lost thereafter. GSP Georges St-Pierre enters the octagon with his mind set on one thing tonight, that UFC championship belt. Well, with respect to UFC 300, the Sphere Show, and anything else, there is nothing quite like a Conor McGregor pay-per-view. That is our reality tonight, DC.
The type of emotion that this man brings out of his fans, I don't know that we've ever seen anything like it. It's always an experience when the notorious Conor McGregor makes his way to the octagon. But when it comes to the skills, he has A+ skills across the board. He's got tremendous striking, he's got great cardio, unbelievable hand speed, and his boxing has jumped levels since preparing to fight Floyd Mayweather. This guy is absolutely world-class.
A lot of people don't like the word clutch in professional sports, but he seems to have that as well, an ability to rise to the occasion. We'll see if he can channel that prime form tonight in another big spot. Conor McGregor steps inside the octagon and is ready to fight. All right, now let's get you our tail of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. We send it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Georges Rush St-Pierre. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the red
arena is palpable. You know, I'm not sure how much money I would have paid to be in the arena tonight. Let's just say it's a lot. The super fight is now underway. George St. Pierre versus Conor McGregor. Your expectations are that GSP is going to shoot here pretty early.
To sit ringside, you would have had to pay a premium to watch this fight, and we would have happily paid exactly that. George St. Pierre right away needs to get on the legs of Conor McGregor, make this a grappling battle, and use his size to his advantage.
Spinning back elbow right to the head. Man, that patented Conor McGregor left hand still sharp as ever.
He's one of the best southpaws we have seen inside the UFC. His boxing and range management is as good as anyone, and it allows for him to land that beautiful left cross.
McGregor's cut above the eye now from that strike, so we'll see how the fighter... Oh, massive connection early round one. He might get a finish here.
I mean, that was beautiful. Great job setting it up, getting the punch to this target, and hurting your opponent very early in the fight.
Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Oh, a big left hand. Under 3 minutes now to go in what has been a very fast-paced opening round here. Job to block the elbow attack there.
Oh! That was lightning.
Play shot there, DC. He is officially up.
A big, massive hook that really has put his opponent on skates.
Oh, he gets up. The question is for how long? All right, so the big storyline in this one, his offensive prowess, particularly when it comes to landing those hooks. And I know you like to play Tony Romo. You think he goes back to it here or what?
I am almost certain that he's going to go back to that specific punch.
Back to the feet now. Oh, man, another counter lands again.
It's just rinse and repeat at this point. Every time he overextends, his opponent makes him pay for it. Oh! He hits him. Champion to remain the world champion is truly inspiring. What a performance by the champion.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 33 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, the notorious Conor
So what a moment for the biggest superstar this sport has ever seen. Conor McGregor, your winner by TKO.
Beautiful performance by McGregor. He did everything he wanted to do inside the octagon tonight. And when Conor McGregor finds his flow, he's hell on wheels. Tonight, he once again proves why he's one of the best welterweights in the UFC.
right, so with much fanfare, here is the former two-time UFC middleweight champion, the last style bender, Israel Adesanya. We were with him recently in Perth. I'm telling you, bro, this man has a Michael Jordan-type energy in these fighter meetings. There's just something undeniably special, not just about the martial artist, but the overall package and his disposition.
Yeah, Israel Adesanya carries an aura about him that he lights up the entire room. And you know, when you're around Israel Adesanya, the story and the show is about him. That's all rooted in his great kickboxing. It's all rooted in his great ability. It's rooted in the confidence that Adesanya shows every single time he steps in that 8-sided octagon. This man was starting to get taken down in his career. He was able to thwart that and become a world champion. Adesanya is back.
Can I sing Sandstorm in the video game? No, we're not allowed to do that. Wanderlei Silva, axe murderer, UFC Hall of Famer, and we can finally introduce him as such.
You know, when I first watched or met Wanderlei Silva, I was in awe because you just remember the videos of him twirling his hands, getting ready to hurt somebody. To physically hurt someone. It's all Wanderlei Silva did. He might have been a little wild with his punches, but he had amazing power. And I don't know if I've ever seen anyone that was more willing to just bite down on the mouthpiece and be involved in a fight.
So thankful to have had the chance to call his fight in Saitama against Brian Stann back in the day. When you think of Curitiba, Brazil, when you think of pride, most people think of Wanderlei Silva. Tail of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, the ex-murderer, Wanderlei Silva!
The esteemed Mark Goddard, our referee for this one.
Let's go.
All right, so here we are, Madison Square Garden, this arena, not synonymous with winning when it comes to the NBA's New York Knicks, but certainly there have been a lot of big UFC moments here over the last few years. Oh, is that a huge strike right there? I'm not sure how many more of these his opponent can take.
Massive shot that he landed. Great job. He's hurting the bad man. That right hook is nasty.
Oh, he's not going out that easy, champ. Responds with a strike of his own in kind.
That's what we love to see. We love to see a guy that when he gets hurt, he doesn't shell up. He keeps trying to fight.
All right, so close call moments ago, champ, as he found a home for that strike early on. Now we'll see if his opponent can work his way back into this fight.
That was a very close call. He seemed to have him out of there, but his opponent's tough, right? He knew it would take more to finish this fight. Let's see if he can either finish him or if his opponent can find a way to work himself back into this fight.
All right, he's got the striking going, another connection there, and that shot actually cut him.
Oh my goodness, he stunned him. That was massive.
Oh, he gets back up, but barely. Look how wobbly he is. Oh, there's a new world order
him and his team said they would win this fight and they would win it impressively. That's exactly what they did. Congratulations, champ.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Honors called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes to the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel the Last Style Bender.
All right, so the clean knockout for Israel Adesanya tonight. The Last Style Bender, not forcing the issue as usual, but it is a pretty thing when he puts somebody away.
Well, if you press